What is up, you guys? Happy day 2 to Easy Way with Cannabis. I'm so excited that if you guys came here from day 1, first of all, congratulations and welcome back to day 2. But we need to talk about day 1 for a second, because this series has to be, for me, and I mean for people, but it has to be honest, because I feel like I see a lot of people quitting cannabis right now. But when I watch their vlogs, and like everyone's doing it, so proud. But the narrative is still giving credit a lot to cannabis instead of like what the Easy Way book is about, and that's like de-brainwashing you. Because if we still believe that weed and cannabis helped us at some point, we're never gonna quit. You know, that is just a recipe for relapse because you're still brainwashed that it helped you. But we will get all into that. How is everyone? Happy Tuesday. I am in the middle of watching Not Loveline, which is honestly, if you didn't watch day 1, Tana is where I heard about the book, The Easy Way. And honestly, I did want to talk a little bit more about this book. One, a little bit about the author, but 2, just like, I don't know how amazing this book is. So this book, The Easy Way Cannabis, and it's kind of a meme a little bit because there is so many series of this book because the method works, okay? So like, it's just, okay, here's the meme is like, there's Easy Way nicotine, there's Easy Way opiates, there's Easy Way cannabis, there's Easy Way like overeating, Easy Way sugar, and the method is all the same. But I mean, it makes sense why they're different books because the language and the stuff associated with each one of these addictions is going to be a little bit different. Like if I was reading a book that just talked about like taking shots of alcohol, I probably would not resonate with any of it. You know what I mean? But the fact that you choose the cannabis one and then it kind of talks about stuff, how you're going to resonate with, like, I don't know if that makes sense. And so what I learned about this book is the original author is, maybe I should pull some of this up. The original author is Alan Carr. Here's what it looks like. Here's how I'll do my non-post editing. The Easy Way to Quit Cannabis. And too bad I can't like mirror, whatever. So the original author is Alan Carr. And I remember when I first told my friend about this book, like, I think they thought it was going to be like a little cheesy, but it's a real doctor. Like Alan Carr is, I don't know if he's a doctor or psychologist or like what kind of person he is. Oh my God, wait, like the comedian Alan Carr? Wait, what the fuck? Oh. Not me just lying about everything. Okay. That makes more sense. He is the voiceover that does the book now. And the original author was the John whatever. Okay. So this John Dicey, he actually passed away. And he was the doctor, and this is kind of like all in the intro, but he basically ran a rehab facility, and it was one-on-one rehab. So it's not like you just went to a facility and there was like 10-to-1 ratio of people to mentors or doctors. You basically went in and you had one-on-one therapy, you had one-on-one doctor, you had one-on-one everything was one-on-one. So of course, really, 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 really expensive, but it was also extremely successful. Now you can't say 100% because like addiction is just never 100%, but it just proved to be like a almost sure way of getting sober from a lot of things. And originally it was like opiates, like a very, very, very addictive drugs. However, he realized that it just should be more accessible to everyone. Like, and then he developed this book. And so it was just so it was like accessible to everyone. And actually the reason why like people work for this company and do what they do is because it worked. There's also like it's kind of like In-N-Out Burger. Like they do no advertising, no marketing, no like anything like that. It is entirely word of mouth, which is what I'm saying. Like the fact that Tana just said that one time, I don't think she realizes how impactful that is, because I heard that and then I was thinking about it and then I put it in my cart and then I read it and then like poof, the good indoctrination started. So I just wanted to touch on that because I don't think I said really anything about that in that first book or in the first vlog. But again, if you're gonna watch these, this is perfect and good, and this is just like another extension of like, if you can't go to the one-on-one rehab, then you read the book, and if you can't read the book, then you can watch these videos. Okay, let's talk about yesterday, because I stopped filming that vlog at like 1 p.m. or maybe it was a little bit later, but no, it was because I was eating lunch. It was like 2. That wave of withdrawal yesterday lasted 3 hours. Okay, this is not going to be like an easy feat. I kind of hate when I see like day 3, like yesterday was bad, but today's going to be easier. Like, duh. But we kind of need to talk about what exactly that looked like for me, so that if any of that resonates, it'll be helpful. So basically yesterday, I think we talked about this in day 1, but because I realized that the little monster exists, smoking at all feels different. It does not feel like I'm just smoking. It feels like I'm feeding the monster, which is already a good thing. And I mean, you could probably live in the feeding the monster for months. You could probably live just consciously being aware of that. But you're starting to just like break that illusion that you don't crave it, right? It's like the little withdrawal monster that you created is the one that craves it. And lost my train of thought. Well, let's just talk about yesterday. So I woke up, I felt fine, was fine all day. And then I decided to make the day 1 vlog because it was really hard to pass minutes. Like, and honestly, distraction is key. I have, and we'll talk about this a little bit later in the video, but I have realized that my home is filled with triggers, and we'll talk about something that happened today. But basically, I did really, really good. I woke up at 5 a.m. yesterday, and I smoked again yesterday at 6 p.m. But when I took that first hit, I did it knowingly. I did it not to celebrate the day, but because I had passed that 3-hour withdrawal, I was not in like that loud withdrawal, that for 2 reasons. One, I was listening to the monster. The little monster was trying to convince me, like yesterday I felt sad. Like I felt sad, like I was grieving a friend. I felt kind of panicked, like at the height. And the withdrawal comes in waves. Like first it's really quiet and it's just like, where's your pen? Okay, that is not your thought. First of all, that is the little monster, the where's your pen? And then I picked up my pen from my bedroom and I walked into here, and that helped a little bit. Just holding it was like a little bit of a relief. But then as I thought about like, oh my God, I'm never gonna smoke again, I panicked. I felt like fight or flight which is a reason for me to smoke. I felt very stressed, which was a reason for me to smoke. I felt like, why not just like one more night? Like if I'm never going to smoke again, then I need to just like binge out tonight. I should play video games and smoke all night. All these are lies, okay? All these are not you. They are just little monster lies. Which I've developed like a list. I don't know if I'll share it today. If we have time, I'll share it today, but I've developed a list of truths and lies. Like lies the monster tells me, and the like truths of reality. So when the wave of withdrawal happened, again, it was like as small as like, where's my pen? Not my thought. And then it was just like 15 minutes of back and forth in my head of two voices, withdrawal monster and myself, going, just smoke, it's fine. And the other one saying like, but you're trying to stop. The other one being like, but you are gonna stop, you're gonna stop tomorrow. And me going like, but I'm already sober right now, like why not just keep going? And then the other voice would be like, because you can't just like accidentally stop yesterday and stop smoking. You need to intentionally smoke one last time. Like these are all lies, you guys. These are lies of the withdrawal monster. And it's so much, it didn't make it easier, I will say, yesterday. It didn't make it easier yesterday. I felt like not the little monster, it felt like me wasn't understanding. How do I say this? Like, you just need, this is the monster, okay? You just need to do it like one last time. You can't just like not smoke ever again. And being like, but I've been sober 12 hours. Like, why not just keep doing it? Because you didn't plan this, like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but you're already doing so good. And this one being like, you don't understand. There'll never be another time. And then my cognitive brain like, but you're doing it. Like, you're fine. And this is just way louder. I felt like I wasn't listening, or this monster didn't feel like I was being listened to. Oh, it's so confusing, but I hope someone can relate with that. Like that internal struggle. I do that even with like, I've always tried to quit like right when my pen goes out. I will run out of my pen and I'll be like, I don't need another pen. Like, that's fine. And then I'm like, just go pick one up. Like, just for safety. Like, you shouldn't, again, this is all the monster. You shouldn't have to quit because your pen ran out. You should have to quit while you have a pen in case, like, over the weekend you want to smoke intentionally. Like, these are lies. These are tricks. These are tricks the little monster has learned millions of years ago that it's using on you, okay? And before, I've also created a habit, and I do think I know when you say like, if you tell people like I'm addicted to weed, some of the first things they say are, weed is not addictive, or, oh, it's just a habit. Like, I don't know. And it talks about a habit in this book of like, how is weed a habit? Like, you have a habit of wiping your face after you eat, but do you have a habit of wiping food on your face after you eat? Like, no, that is like, I don't know. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, the reason you're smoking is because you're addicted to it, not because it's a habit that you've created for yourself. Habits you can break, habits you can create or stop or introduce, but this is addiction, you guys. And I kind of cringed the other day. I think I told you yesterday, but I did tell ChatGPT how I was feeling and for it to like reassure me to not smoke. And even that, I think I was like, because it kept just saying like, you're doing good. And I kept being like, you don't understand. Like, you don't get it. I'm at home, I'm stressed, I'm struggling, like I need to. But then I would always end the little thing with like, is this the monster? And it's like, yes, yes, that's the monster. Okay. So it was that heavy weighed for almost about 2 hours. And then what sucks is that the craving went away and I forgot. I couldn't even be the craving went away, and so I was distracted and working, but I couldn't even like praise myself because I just forgot. So when the craving came back was when I realized, oh my God, don't forget that. You just had 30 minutes of feeling fine. See how the craving peaked and it went away? Like proof. That does not stay forever. Even at how terrible that sounded, like how loud that was, it will not be that same way again. Like the monster gets tinier and tinier and tinier every time you don't listen to it. And today it's already 3:30 and I have not had that, but I've had a little trick today. So we're still talking about yesterday. So at 6 p.m. I decided I was gonna smoke, and I decided this at 4 p.m. And so I played the game of like, I can hold on one more hour. And that helped a lot. It's exhausting to live through though. I'm not gonna say that's fun to just like be thinking about it. But my next thing was distracted. It was like, what can I do? So when the wave hit, I got up and made lunch. And I actually like made a pretty good lunch. So that took like 20 minutes. And then I came in here and I was gonna eat, and that's part of the ritual. And I want to smoke and then eat. So I decided to film. And obviously you can't smoke when you're on YouTube, you just shouldn't in general. So this was like a perfect little 45-minute safe zone for me. And I hate recording when I'm high. So this is a reward. I get to post on YouTube. I don't get to like cringe or have embarrassment or something like that. And it's gonna pass 45 minutes for me, which is great. And you should do that too. I can like start that better in the next video, but this is your time to be distracted, okay? Your time to be distracted and like just escape from it. And what's interesting is we're talking about it. So not only are you escaped for, 45 minutes, but we are breaking illusions and we are like kind of talking about the hard reality of things, because I don't want to just be like, oh my God, I think I said this too. I was like, I don't want to get like 2 months out. This is kind of what happened with my adoption content. So a little bit of my history is probably 3 years ago, I started posting adoption content just about like adoptee rights and adoptee voices, adoptee perspective, because a lot of public media is the birth mother and the adopted mother perspective. And I gained like 5,000 followers like pretty fast over 6 months. But I was also in therapy, and by the time I got out, or not out of therapy, but by the time I was done kind of like resolving my adoption trauma, which was about like the first year of therapy, it did not feel genuine to talk about it anymore. Like, I didn't necessarily feel the same way that I did when I was posting those. I have a lot more empathy and compassion for my situation and for myself, honestly. Honestly, that's what it is. I have more compassion for myself as the one who was just caught up in a bunch of adult decisions. But so that's what I don't want to happen with this, is like, I don't want to get 2 months sober and then just preach, okay? That is not something I want to watch. I don't want to watch someone who says they like got it all, because this is probably not going to be linear. I'm probably going to like maybe hit day 5 and be like, I smoked this morning, okay? But we are on a journey together, okay? Every day. And I can spend 45 minutes recording, and you can sit and watch this for 45 minutes sober. Or that's the other thing, you guys. He does say in this book, you have to read it sober. You cannot read it while you're high. So if you are smoking right now, zero shame. Do not shame yourself. This is also a safe space that if you want to smoke while you watch this and just be introduced to the idea that you're feeding a monster, that is all good for me. Like, come, and then when you're ready, you can start this over sober, and maybe you'll have different thoughts and different opinions, but it'll be kind of like your own personal experiment. Kind of like recording this is my own personal experiment. I also loved talk therapy. I did therapy every single week. At one point I was going 2 times a week for 3 years. Loved it. But it just got to the point where I'm really good at able to like question myself, understand, and think and process through stuff, which is what I really needed her for. So now I feel like I have really good tools. And I think that's why I like these videos, because I do love talking, and I think talk therapy is such a good way. Sorry, I am talking with my hands so much. But talk therapy is such like a healthy way for me personally to kind of express what I'm going through. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the big moment where I decided to smoke yesterday. Again, not a shameful decision, and you'll notice that this is titled day 2. Like, this is not day 1 over again. We have to kind of get out of our mind that sobriety is like the one thing, and I'm sure I don't know, here, disclaimer, this is my own opinion, okay? But the idea of getting a day 1 chip and a day 2 chip and a day 3 chip and then having to start over after you relapse feels like it's filled with shame, guilt, and like failure to win. And I don't love that. So we are on day 2. And we did feed the monster yesterday, but you know what we also did? We also realized, and I'm talking about me, but we also realized a bunch of things yesterday, which I'll get into. That's part of the smoking. Oh, I hope that wasn't my attorney. Okay. And it's just gonna be good information on that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought at that phone call. I digress. Let's get into what happened yesterday. Okay. So, 6 p.m., I decided to smoke. Today, I've had no thought of like, I'll lie. That was a lie. I've had whispers of thought of smoking tonight, but it's not as scream loud as it was yesterday. Yesterday, I could not focus on anything but my own thoughts about smoking. Okay. Today is way different. And I think it's because the THC is just finally like leaving my body, so the monster is truly being starved. Which is just the best part. So, I did smoke, and here's what happened. I went to go lay in bed, and I laid in bed. Actually, what did I do? Okay, we have to rewind a little bit. Okay, so I recorded this vlog, and then my husband said he was gonna go stretch in we have like a little gym in our garage. And I am looking for a distraction, so I'm like, I'm gonna come with you. I'm gonna come with you. Wow, we are out of order. See, my memory is gonna come back. Your memory is gonna come back. Okay, that did not happen. I lied. So after this, I went and laid down. And then I told myself I was gonna listen to this book for 45 minutes because I'm like, okay, you're still sober. You should just listen to this book. This will pass another 45 minutes. That is key, you guys, is being distracted. And it can't, honestly, like, I don't know how it's gonna be for everyone. I know for me, I've worked from home for a long time, so all my triggers are at home. So for me, I had to get out of the house today. But we'll digress. So I went and listened to the book sober, and then I was like, okay, it's 6 p.m. I've held off. I feel so proud of myself. I did 13 hours. And I'm going to smoke. So my dogs, so cute, angels, came to cuddle with me in the bed. And Jasper's the Dalmatian. Jasper was laying next to me. And I forget what my husband called it. It's a real term. Like not primitive sigh, but excuse me, some type of like sign, like when you go like this. There's a word for it. There's that type of sigh. And my dogs do it. I'm sure your dogs or cats do it, but Jasper did it when she finally got comfy. Like, we had been laying there, but then I kind of like put her on her side and she did one of those big like, oh, I'm comfy, ready to sleep sighs. And I took a hit of my pen and I did the exact same sigh. And the loudest thought was, see, don't you see how weed relaxes you? Don't you see how relaxed you are? See, I told you weed was gonna do that. Who do you think said that to me? The monster. But I didn't hear it as the monster. Because I was high, I heard it as me. And so I almost gaslit myself and I was like, oh my God, weed is not bad. See, this is what I mean. That's the monster. Hi, sweet girl, come here. Hazy wants to come over. I got you. I'll hold you. Oh, she's my baby crying now. Kisses on the lippies. She is our little wolf girl. Where's she hide? Look over here. This one. She's actually like mid-length hair. We shave her in the summer. But she's growing out all her hair. She has a little mohawky. Not really. We just need to trim the face. Okay. Oh, sorry. Didn't know she was gonna jump. Okay, so that was not my thought. And then because I've like kind of cracked the code, or not cracked the code, but cracked the illusion. Sorry, she just got a hair in my eye. Since I kind of cracked the illusion of the monster, then my thinking brain, the not high brain, kicked in when I was high and said like, no, you just did a big sigh right when Jasper did. Like, that wasn't the weed. Just like a yawn, you just saw Jasper get comfy, so you did that. And that was an epiphany moment. Number one, I was high. Number two, that little liar, that little fucking drug liar was trying to take credit for my own body relaxing myself. And I know there's still gonna be some of you that are like, are you sure that wasn't the weed? Yes, I'm sure, babes. I'm sure. You're not sure yet, but I'm sure that I can make my body do that. That weed did not help and did not do that. Okay? So we're about 10 minutes into the high, and all I'm thinking about is like, this fucking liar. Like, this liar. I can't believe it was just about to take credit for that. And then I felt kind of nauseous. And do you know what the second thought that came to my mind was? You should just take another hit, because if you take another hit, it'll make you not feel nauseous. You took a hit, you got nauseous, and then the monster told you to take another hit to counteract the nausea it just gave you, to get more THC? Do you see what a liar it is? It will do anything to get you to smoke more. Like, I was just in shock. So this is how I remembered I did it in the wrong order, because then I went and stretched with my husband, and I was just furious. I was like, babe, you have to hear this. Like, and that's how I developed this whole idea of like the lists of truths and lies of the monster. Because I did not hear those as my own thought, or I did not hear those as the monster's thoughts. The second I was high, the monster just like took over my brain and told me, I'm the reason you're relaxed, and two, I didn't cause any of the nausea. Just smoke more and you'll feel better. Isn't that insane? Like, I hope you have the same epiphany as me when you smoke now, just being like, whoa, I did kind of feel sick, and then my first thought was to smoke more. And why? because it's the monster. Because it's the monster. Okay. And that was just mind-blowing to me. And I think this, like, the fact that I was high and I was pissed at the monster, this is all good progress. I just don't know that, like, I can really see myself smoking again. I still will leave the door open for tonight, but I've never had an urge or want. There is a slight, okay, this is what I was talking about. There is a slight urge today. Sorry, I have ADHD. Let me finish yesterday. Okay. So then I developed my lists of lies and truths. And since we're already at 30 minutes, I'm going to save this for the next video because I probably will develop a lot more today. But I did want to end on two things. I did want to read the intro of the book to you. If you've made it this far, I just want you to hear it from like their words. But I also don't want to just be like an audiobook, if that makes sense, because it really has to be from my own perspective. You know what? These will be good for me to look back if I ever like relapse and want to smoke again. So this is all really good for everyone. But I also wanted to tell you one more story. You know, last time, and maybe we'll try to find little stories every time, because that for me is very visual in a way that I can like picture addiction. And today it was also a really good one, or what I read yesterday is also a really good one in today's vlog. Okay. So in the book, it was talking about this story. And it says like, what if, okay, you and I are friends, okay? I became a billionaire. I'm sorry, I'm the billionaire in the story because I'm in the middle of manifesting that, so I am the billionaire. I just won like the lottery and I'm a billionaire, okay? You and I are friends. We are, aren't we? But you and I are friends and I go, here's $100, take it. Please don't feel bad. I have so much money. Like, you need to please take it. Just take it. So you take the $100, but you feel like a little bit guilty, but he's like, I've reassured you that it's totally fine. And you know, like, I'm a billionaire. You're not taking anything from me. I'm just like giving something to you. I'm just gifting something to you. How amazing can that be? It's just a gift, $100. So you take that $100, okay? A month later, we see each other and I'm like, hey, you know what? Here's another $100. I'm like, seriously, still a billionaire. I am still good. This is just for you. Here's a gift just for you. And you take it the second time, a little less guilt, a little easier to take it this time. And you might actually like go buy something fun instead of putting that like in your savings account. You know, you might say like, okay, I'm going to spend $10 of this. And then I come back in a week and I'm like, hey, still good. Here, take another 100. You're good. And you're like, hell yeah, take the 100 and you might spend the whole thing, you know, that day. And then I'm coming every single day and I'm like, here's $100, man. And you're taking it, you're taking it. And now you almost subconsciously expect that $100. You like literally plan your life around this $100 now. Now you don't see it as just like this extra money. You plan every day around getting this $100. Now, here's the twist. What if I told you, sure, I was giving you $100 every day. That's real. But I was actually stealing $200 from your bank account every single day. You had no idea. Every day you thought when I was giving you $100 that it was amazing. You thought like, holy shit, this is the best thing ever. It's only positive. It's only a plus. I only get like happiness from it. But the entire time I was stealing twice as much from you. That's weed, my friends. That's addiction. That's alcoholism. That's everything. And that's what weed does. Like, you do have the little monster hyping you up, being like, you're more fun, you're more social, you're way more creative. First of all, no, you're not. You're way more creative. You're this, you're that. Like, that's the $100. But do you know what you gave it? You gave it your spirit, you gave it your life, you gave it your personality, you gave your literal money to it. It's just been stealing from us this entire time. just so crazy. And I don't think I can see it any other way. And then it asks, like, okay, you and I were really good friends. After you found that out, would you ever invite me over? Would you ever take $100 from me ever again? Would you ever party with me? No, you wouldn't, because you realize like how much it took from you. Now, we are on day 2. I don't assume that you will like flip a switch, but I did want to start by just reading the intro chapter, because I do have a feeling that his words specifically are what's going to be helpful, but maybe this will get you excited. Okay. I also am dyslexic, so I don't read very well, but whatever. Sorry, I had it up on my thing. Now I don't. Okay, I just want to read the intro. Sorry, guys. This is not how it was meant to be. Okay. Congratulations. Congratulations on reaching this very important stage in your bid to being free from cannabis. You may think that you're right at the beginning, but you're actually very, very close to succeeding and very, very close to the end. By choosing to read this book, and it was your choice, my choice, but it's also your choice to be watching this video, okay? You have taken one of the most important steps anyone can take into conquering addiction. In this step, in the right direction, a step away from misconception and keeping cannabis users trapped in a cycle of addiction, and a step towards the truth. After quitting for good, that quitting for good can be easy, provided you follow the right method. This method has been proven to work time after time, and all information you need to follow this method and set yourself free is contained in this book. Not only will you be free, you will stay free, and you will find it ridiculously easy. The whole point of this is easy way. At this stage, you may feel like that's a little too hard to believe. No one finds it easy to quit, do they? Well, yes, they do. Millions of people, in fact. But don't worry, if you feel a little skeptical right now, it's important that you believe in yourself. Doesn't that kind of sound like a round of applause? How bad my nails are, I need to do them. Okay. Didn't that kind of sound like a hypnosis? I should just buy the book. I only have the audiobook. That book has sold 18 billion, or 15 billion copies, you guys. If you guys have made it this far, congratulations on your, what are we on? 38 minutes of sobriety. Right now it is 4 p.m. and I feel great. Maybe I could tell you a little bit about today and then we'll jump off. So today so far has been fine. I woke up and I thought about my pen, but it was just a thought and I didn't search for it around my bed. And then I got up and I showered. Okay, here was a huge thing that happened today, actually. So I showered, and I am very sensitive to like stimulation. I'm not autistic, but I'm very like hypersensitive to stimulation. And so shower is a huge one for me. I have literally been in the shower and my hearing go out because my body is like in so much like anxiety, that like panic almost, from like sensory overload. So my accommodations are like I take a colder shower, I dim the lights, and I've also only have 2 tasks. I wash my body and I do shampoo, but outside I can do other stuff. So I get out of the shower, and my first thing, because it's overstimulating, exhaustion, I want to go to my pen. So it wasn't in my brain, but I walked over to the side of my bed and I like realized, and I was like, wait, what am I looking for? I was looking for my pen. Like, my body is so in autopilot. It walked over to grab my pen so it can like calm my nervous system. And I was looking at that area and I was like, what am I looking for? And I'm like, oh my God, I'm looking for my pen. How weird that my body walked me over here. So I just laid down. I have to like lay down and breathe after I shower. So I did that. But I was feeling very anxious. So I had this idea to go work at a coffee shop all morning. So my husband drove me. So I went with him. He dropped me off at the coffee shop and went to his own appointment and then met me at the coffee shop after. So I didn't have my pen around me and it was a new environment. Obviously my triggers are at my house, not like when I'm out and about. When I'm out and about, I don't think about my pen at all because I do not like being high in public. I don't like being like, I don't know. I'll take like a puff, but I don't like being high out. So that was a safe space for me, was just spend all day at a coffee shop. I had zero urge at all. And I don't have any urges right now, but I am back at home and I am about to jump on my computer, and that is a trigger point. Actually, as I'm thinking about it right now, I want to smoke. The little monster just gave me like a little shame, not shame, but I felt the sadness again. And I was just like, but we used to smoke here. Ugh, I hate this feeling. This is the crave wave. This sucks. It's okay though. Remind myself 1, 2, 3 things. 1, it's the little monster's voice, not mine. 2, I am not at the part of the book that says I need to quit. That might be the monster. Wait. That felt more like the monster. Okay. 2, once I'm high, I know it's just feeding the monster one more day. I'm having the battle in my head. The battle of just one more. But that's why I smoked yesterday, is to counteract that thought. Because we did do that yesterday. I had 2 meaningful puffs and that was my last hurrah. All right. I'm not gonna promise anything. I'm not gonna promise whatever. I gotta get off of this now because this isn't helping. We are only on day 2, you guys. You know what I'm actually gonna do? I'm gonna go listen to the book again for 45 minutes and see if that helps. But again, I've made it all the way to 4 p.m. Proud of myself. So, I don't know. Check in with me tomorrow. Love you guys so much. I'm so proud of you. I'm so excited for you. And yeah, we'll see how day 3 is. Day 3, we're gonna go over all I have new ones that I'm developing in my brain right now as it's trying to convince me to smoke. It's so funny, like all the tactics the monster uses. Like, when the nausea or the whining of like just smoke doesn't work, it puts sadness and it puts grief, and it's like, aren't you gonna miss us? Like, we gotta do it one last time. We've been doing one last time for 12 years. Okay, I'm gonna go listen to the book. Oh, bless you. Okay. Oh, not you. But okay, check in tomorrow. Hope you guys are good. Hope I guys didn't trigger you, but it's okay. I'm not going to, so you're not going to. And if you are, it's fine. We're all on our own journeys. I'm just sharing mine. So Love you guys, and I'll post this tonight and stay tuned for tomorrow. Probably post at the end of the day just because that's how it is. Okay, bye guys.